Hello everyone, I'm today starting the first of 7 videos of my Buffy season reviews. I'm going to just go through each season as they aired, season 1 through to 7, and give you my opinion on the season, which episodes I thought were the best, my thoughts on the new characters, the old characters, how the script was, how the story was, just in-depth views on each season really. Just before we start, to say there might be some spoilers if you've not seen the show, so I wouldn't watch these videos until you have. So now that's out of the way, we can start. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, starring Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, Nicholas Brendan as Xander, Alison Hannigan as Willow, Anthony Stewart Head as Giles, and that's all for the first season. And Buffy's mum Joyce. They are the main characters in the first season, as well as David Boreanaz as Angel. In the first season, it's Buffy Summers moves to Sunnydale, a town in LA or California, somewhere around near LA, and she starts a new school, and her mum says she needs to move to this school because she's like been setting fires, getting in trouble at the other school, and she just doesn't know why. But then you find out Buffy's a vampire slayer who kills all matter of demons and ghosts and ghouls and vampires and all things evil that come from the Hellmouth. But Buffy's mum doesn't know that, and Buffy meets the librarian called Giles, who is like an English. He's like you could say like an upper class English man who is quite posh, and he's working as the librarian, and he tells Buffy she is like the chosen one, and she has to perform tasks to save the world, basically, fighting demons and vampires. And that comes to us quite a shock for Buffy, as she's only a 17-year-old kid, and basically it just throws the book at her really, and she's shocked. So she starts training with Giles to obviously get better and to get stronger and more known about like the vampires and how to kill them. Because before she moved to Sunnydale, she kind of knew, because she was kind of fighting vampires and stuff, but she didn't know why. And when she goes to the school, she meets two they're geeks. They're not really well known or well liked in the school. She meets Xander and Willow, who become her friends, and they try to mix with Buffy and help her plan out how she's going to get vampires, and they just become really close friends, best friends in fact, and it stays that way throughout the seasons. But in this one, it's just so good how the friendship comes along, and it's not just all the popular kids. Even though Buffy is quite popular at her old school, as she's come to this school, and everyone just thinks she's a bit weird now because she's always hanging around with the librarian Giles, and she's doesn't really fit in as you think she would from how she looks. But this season there's some great episodes. I'm just going to get the booklet out and flick through so I can tell you some of my favourite episodes. One I can think of straight away is The Pack, where they go on a school trip to a zoo, and Xander starts acting weird, hanging around with different people, and what happens is he's been kind of hypnotised by these coyotes things, and he's always after fresh meat to eat. So that was called The Pack, and that was really, really good. There is Angel, where Buffy meets obviously Angel, who is a vampire with a soul, and she kind of falls in love with him. One that I thought was a bit cheesy itself was Teacher's Pet. where she's like seducing boys at the Sunnydale school, and then she takes them back to the house and she eats them. This one was the shortest season and probably the worst season out of all 7. But when I look back on it now, I actually think it was good to kind of start. It was like kind of brought the characters together, set like the base or the foundations of the season. The puppet show, that was quite a freaky one actually. If you don't like puppets or the like, it's where there was on a school talent show, and it's a ventriloquist dummy named Sid. The big bad in this season is it's called the Master, and he lives under the city in the Hellmouth. He is like a vampire / demon thing, and he's got the Anointed One. There's this little kid who just like tells him what to do, but you don't really, that one doesn't really come out as much. It just kind of fades away after the season. So the Master's the big bad, and she's got to plan a way to get him. So she goes down and fights him. It's her first like big real fight with something that could end the world, the Master, and she actually dies, which is a shell shocker for season 1. And she just gets drowned, and Xander actually rescues her, and so she's been dead for like I think 30 seconds to a minute, and oh, that was really touching part of this season. And so she survives and she comes back, and he kind of gives her like more hope, really, like that that could happen. And it was just a really touching moment of Buffy for me. But that was the Master in season 1. One of the best Masters, like big bads actually. I really enjoyed that one. Let me know what you thought. It was actually, turns out, so he's like a Chucky kind of doll thing. Prophecy Girl, whoa, that was good. That was where Buffy, like, she just realises she's got to save the whole world, and she just doesn't know what to do, really. It's just too much for her, and like she says she quits and she just can't be doing with it no more. That was very, very touching one, and that is probably one of the best episodes of this whole entire series, if I'm truthful. Well, for me anyway. A lot of people really like it, but some people don't think it's the best. Oh, sorry, there's also a character in the first season, I totally forgot this, I should have said this at the start. Cordelia, who doesn't really hang around with the gang. She's like the school bully, and she just really doesn't like no one. She's kind of a bitch, really, but she does get better in the later seasons. Buffy's mum Joyce doesn't really figure in much in season 1, because obviously she doesn't know Buffy is the chosen one, so yeah, so she doesn't really figure that much, but she comes into it later in the show again. But overall, it was, like I said, it's a great season to start building the foundations for Buffy. So, but not the best season, so I'd probably give it 7 out of 10. And yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll be back shortly with the season 2 review. Hope you enjoyed this one, and leave some Buffy goodness in the comments below. Thanks.